I'm in the middle of making this chair for a customer, and I'm about to put a bevel on the outside of this oak frame with one of my palm rotors. But I'm really starting to get fed up with tripping over the cables all the time. My fault, because I leave them out, but there is an option, isn't there? So I've decided I'm ready to dip my feet in the waters of the battery-powered palm rotors. So the palm rotor is an invaluable piece of equipment in majority of workshops, definitely in mine. I like to have a palm rotor with a particular bit set up in it all of the time, so that I reach for that every time I want to do a bevel or a 3mm roundover or a 6mm roundover so I end up with the palm rotors out all of the time and cables all over the floor. Now, you could easily argue that I could be a little bit tidier and I could put the damn things away, but I don't, and I'm not. So I want a battery-powered palm rotor. I've got two that I use constantly. The Bosch, you've seen me use in many a video, and the DeWalt, I think you've also seen me use in many a video, and I really like them both. But they're both corded, as I mentioned. I don't believe Bosch do a battery version of this rotor. I've not been able to find one. If you found one somewhere in the UK, then please send me a link to it. I'd love to see it, because this is my preferred rotor to use, because it's smaller bodied and lighter than the DeWalt. The DeWalt is a fabulous rotor. I love it to bits as well. This is variable speed, this isn't, so this is a bit more flexible, but it's thicker bodied and it's heavier. So I always reach for this one, prefer to use this one for those jobs when I've got less of a base to rest the rotor on. I find this one easier to balance. But the cable does bring it down somewhat. The cable can catch on something and drag. And if I'm balancing on the edge of an 18mm piece of ply MDF or something, then the slightest tug on the cable will knock it off and could damage the piece that I'm working on. So that one's kind of out the picture for the reason that I mentioned before. But there's another one that's caught my eye, another manufacturer make of palm rotor, and that's the Milwaukee. So let me narrow it down a little bit more. There's two I'm currently thinking of, the DeWalt and the Milwaukee, for the following reasons. I've used products from both manufacturers for years and I've been really happy with their performance. I've already got the DeWalt palm rotor and I think it's brilliant. A little heavy, but brilliant. I've never owned a Milwaukee palm rotor. I've owned Milwaukee battery screwdrivers and drills for years and years and years. And I may well be in the market for a couple of new ones of them soon, because I've given them such a hammering, but they've more than paid for themselves. So there's two manufacturers that are proven in my eyes, which is something I've got to take into account, a consideration when I'm buying a new power tool. Am I familiar with that manufacturer's products? But the other thing I need to take into account is the supplier of the product. Wherever I can, I try and buy from a known and trusted supplier, one whose returns policy and customer care services are at a level that I consider acceptable for me and my needs in my business. And the suppliers of the DeWalt are known to me, bought from them many times, sent things back that I've ordered wrongly, no fault of theirs, but they've been good enough to take them back and even pay the postage. Fantastic service. The Milwaukee comes from a company that I've only ever dealt with once, maybe twice, and once it didn't leave a sour taste in my mouth, but I felt that they could have gone a little bit farther to appease the troubled customer. However, I'm not sure how much weight to put on that. I'm still looking for alternative suppliers. But the other thing that I need to take into account, and I suppose the thing that's troubling me most at the moment, is if I start investing in battery products, then I feel I need to take into account the other products that are in that manufacturer's range. Because nowadays you're not just buying a single tool, you're buying part of a system, whether you like it or not. And with battery powered products, I really want to monopolize on the expenditure that I'm going to have now and in the future, and as best I can know the battery type that I've bought into now will suit other tools in the not too distant future. What if I feel the need for a battery powered mini saw or a battery powered angle grinder, or will the batteries from the palm router fit some of the larger drill drivers and screwdrivers? So I really don't know what to do, hence the reason for the video. Do you have any experience of exposure to DeWalt's battery powered palm router versus Milwaukee's battery powered palm router? And if you do, I would be grateful and delighted if you could leave me a comment and give me your thoughts and impressions and experiences. Many thanks for your help in advance, and thanks for watching. See you soon. Ta-ra.